I'm 38 years old and right now I'm working on becoming a better version of myself, stronger, healthier and more confident. One of my biggest goals is to enter my 40s in the best shape of my life. And for me, this is not only about building my dream body, it's also about my habits, my energy, and the way I feel every day. Before starting this challenge, I hadn't been training regularly for quite a long time. Fitness used to be an important part of my life, but over time that changed. I no longer felt strong or fit, and I knew that I wanted to make my health a priority again. I needed to rebuild my habits and learn how to stay consistent for longer than just a few days. That is why I chose the 75 Soft Challenge. 75 Soft is a challenge where you follow a set of daily rules for 75 days. There is no single official version of 75 Soft, so the rules can be a little different depending on where you find them. For my version, I had to follow a balanced diet, do 45 minutes of physical activity every day, drink 3 liters of water, read 10 pages of a book, walk 10,000 steps, and take before and after progress pictures. There is also the 75 Hard Challenge, but the rules are much stricter. You have to do 2 45 minutes workouts every day and one of them must be outside. You must follow a strict diet with no alcohol or cheat meals. Drink around 4 liters of water, read 10 pages of a self-development book and take a progress picture every day. And if you miss even one rule, you have to start again from day one. After such a long break from regular exercise that felt too extreme for me, I wanted to return to a healthy lifestyle step by step without turning the whole process into extra stress. My main goal was to make workouts, balanced food, daily movement, water and reading part of my real life. From the beginning, I knew that I didn't want to follow a very strict diet or create a long list of restrictions. I believe that you should choose a way of eating that you can continue for a long time. Your food should be enjoyable, filling and comfortable for you, but it should also give your body the nutrients it needs. That is why I chose the 80-20 approach. Around 80% of my food was balanced and nutritious, and the other 20% was food for my soul. Although, to be honest, all 100% was good for my soul because I only chose foods that I really enjoyed. At the beginning of the challenge, I didn't count calories. Most of my meals were homemade. I ate rice, pasta, buckwheat, potatoes, vegetables, and fruit. My main protein source were chicken, beef, tuna, Greek yogurt, and different types of fish. I didn't have any forbidden foods. I could eat ice cream, chocolate, or another dessert. Sometimes I went to a restaurant, ordered food at home, or replaced one of my main meals with fast food. But this didn't happen every day. Homemade, balanced food was still the base of my diet. And after eating something like a burger or dessert, I didn't feel guilty. I didn't see one meal as a failure. I enjoyed, and then I simply returned to my normal way of eating with my next meal. Alcohol is completely forbidden in 75 Hard. In some versions of 75 Soft, it's allowed, but in 75 Soft, it's allowed only on special occasions. But I don't drink alcohol at all, so this rule didn't affect me. Around the middle of the challenge, I decided to start counting calories because I wanted the food intake to be more consistent. I ate around 1700 to 1800 calories a day, and after that, my weight started going down more steadily. I tried to eat between 100 and 120 grams of protein and keep my fat intake at around 60 grams. Most of the remaining calories came from this approach felt very comfortable for me. I could lose weight, eat foods I loved, and never feel like I was following a temporary diet. For my main workout program, I chose Epic Heat by Caroline Girvan. The program lasts 10 weeks and includes 5 workouts per week. Most workouts were around 30 minutes long. With a warm-up before and a short stretch after, I usually got 45 minutes of activity. On the days without a workout, I chose something lighter. I could go for a longer walk, do some stretching, work on my mobility, or do light Pilates session. The goal was not to do a very hard workout every day. My goal was to keep moving and stay connected to my new routine. I have already made a separate video about my full Epic Heat experience. I will only say that it was a great program. It helped me become stronger and improve my fitness, but it was definitely not easy. So after this video you can watch my full Epic Heat review for all the details. Another rule was to drink 3 liters of water every day. To be honest, this part was quite easy for me because I enjoy drinking water. I used a 1 liter bottle, so I only had to finish 3 bottles during the day. The only difficulty was remembering to drink enough water early in the day. If I forgot, I had to drink a lot of in the evening. Then I would wake up during the night to use the bathroom, and sometimes I looked more puffy in the morning. I also noticed that my skin on my elbows, knees and hands became less dry. I cannot say for sure that water has the only reason, but I think it helped. My advice is to use a bottle with a clear size and keep it somewhere you can see. That makes it much easier to know how much you have already had. Reading was more difficult than I expected. At first I planned to read 10 pages before bed. But sometimes I was so tired at the end of the day that reading felt like one more task I had to finish. I tried dividing the 10 pages into smaller parts during the day, but then I found the best solution for me: audiobooks during my walks with my dog. This way I could walk, get my steps, and bring books back into my life at the same time. Audiobooks don't count in 75 Hard, and you are supposed to read self-development books only. But my version of 75 Soft didn't have these strict rules, so I chose the format that worked best for my life. I also alternated between fiction and non-fiction. Sometimes I even listened to 2 books at the same time, 1 fiction book and 1 non-fiction book. This helped reading become something enjoyable again instead of another obligation. Walking 10,000 steps wasn't extremely difficult for me, but I started adding more movement to my normal day on purpose. I parked farther away from the entrance, moved more while doing things around the house, and used the stairs. We live in a 2-story house, and you would be surprised by how many steps you can get just from cleaning. One of the biggest game changers for me was taking short walks after meals. Before, I usually wanted to sit down or lie down after eating. During the challenge, I tried to go outside for at least 10 minutes, or I did some light cleaning and kept moving around the house. After that, I usually felt more awake and had more energy for the rest of the day. Of course, walking my dog also helped. But during the second half of the challenge, the weather became extremely hot and long walks were too difficult for us. On less active days, I finished my steps on a mini stepper. I believe that daily movement is very important when you are trying to lose weight. It doesn't replace workouts, but one workout is not enough if you spend the rest of the day sitting down. For me, 10,000 steps became a reminder that movement should be part of my whole day. Now let's finally talk about the results. One of the rules was to take before and after pictures. So this is my before and this is my after. I think this is a good result for 75 days and I'm really happy with the changes. I saw that some people show incredible transformations and lose 10 kilos during the challenges like this. But for me, this journey isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. I want to move forward at a comfortable pace without putting too much pressure or stress on my body. I'm not stopping here, but these results give me even more motivation to continue. And 75 Soft gave me much more than changes in my body. Movement and taking care of my health are now part of my life again. I don't need to remind myself all the time that I should be more active. My attitude towards workouts has also changed. During the first half of the challenge, I often didn't want to start. Now I usually begin my workouts with a much more positive mindset. They no longer feel like something temporary. They feel like a normal part of my life. The only habit I didn't manage to build was regular stretching. So this is one of my next goals. I want to focus more on stretching and mobility. Reading, on the other hand, became a strong habit. I now have a long list of books I want to read and often read or listen to much more than 10 pages a day. In the end, 75 Soft didn't only help me change my body. It helped me become a person who works out, moves, reads, and takes care of herself again. And what about 75 Hard? Right now, I'm not planning to do it. 2 workouts every day, very strict rules, and having to start again after one mistake feels like too much for me. It would take a lot of time and energy, and I don't think it's the right choice for me right now. I also wouldn't recommend starting with 75 Hard if you have not exercised for a long time or you are only starting to rebuild your healthy habits. It's better to choose a few realistic habits that fit your life. When we try to change everything at once, it's easy to burn out, feel disappointed, and quit. So start small, choose habits that work for you, and focus on being consistent, not perfect. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.